Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with Watauga County Arts Council, and we're doing something this month that I've looked forward to for quite a while. We are very, very friendly, and they're friendly with us with the Cheap Joe's Art Stuff Gang. And they're wonderful folks. They've done a lot to support the Arts Council over the years, including supporting our galleries for many, many years. And we are showcasing some of their talented artists this month. I have with me two of them. I have Webb Alexander, and I have Amy Allen. And Amy is, you both are employees.
Right.
Okay. And this is the employees, some of the employees of Cheap Joe's who are artistically inclined. I think most of the employees at Cheap Joe's are artistically inclined, right?
A lot of them. Yeah, there's like 25 or 30 artists.
Somebody told me that if you don't come as an artist, you become an artist. I guess it just kind of oozes into the pores.
Right.
So what do you do?
I work in the call center and the customer service department.
Okay, so what is it that means you do? You answer the phone when people order stuff?
Our group answers the phone, and we take orders and solve problems. Sometimes people have something goes wrong with an order, or they want to add something to an order. They call us.
Or they don't know about some product, and you know about it because you're an artist.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Not quite, but I'm working.
You're working on it. You're a beginner, you said.
Yes.
Yeah. How long have you been a beginner?
I started painting about a year ago.
Oh, you really are a beginner.
Yeah.
Some people claim to be a beginner for many, many years.
It's pretty bad. No, I never painted anything but like a kitchen wall before I came to work at Cheap Joe's.
Wow. Okay. Well, they've converted you.
Right.
How long have you been at Cheap Joe's?
Almost 2 years.
Oh, okay. So they really have worked on you.
Right.
So, did you come to Cheap Joe's because you were interested in the arts, or just for a job, or what?
Well, it started out, I mean, it is a job, but working there, there's a lot of creative spirit and encouragement, and we get a good deal on stuff, and so it's kind of hard not to want to play with it a little bit. So
That's really neat. Yeah. That's cool.
I enjoy it a lot.
Now, Amy, were you an artist before you came to Cheap Joe's?
Yes, was.
Okay, is that why you came there?
Yes, that, and I knew it was a good place to work.
Uh-huh.
I liked the idea of a steady job, doing something totally different than what I had been doing for a while, but I had always been an artist.
She's a real artist.
She's an honest goodness artist. Now, you're an acrylic. That's your favorite
mostly
art.
acrylic, yeah.
And you're in watercolors.
That's what I'm trying to learn.
Okay, now are we going to get to see your work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, in this new exhibit. Mm-hmm. Do you know how many pieces we're going to have in this exhibit?
I think there's about 30.
Okay. All right, so it's a sampling
Right.
of the work of the artists of Cheap Joe's.
I think there's 10 artists and 30 pieces in the show. So.
Okay. So each of you is putting in one or two pieces
I did
then?
one.
I have 5.
Oh, well, we average it out.
Yeah, it kind of averages out, exactly.
So tell me about some of the other work. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What do we have?
Edwina May, she is the workshop coordinator at Cheap Joe's, and but she actually could teach workshops, but she's a really good watercolor artist, and she's got several paintings in the show.
She does commission work even.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think she would like people to know that.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And then Amanda Chapman, she is in our store. She works in our store, and she
works in oils.
Yeah, she does oils. I think she does some acrylics.
How
too.
can you
She
do
does.
oils and be at Cheap Joe's?
She graduated with a degree in art,
Right.
didn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
she could do anything, I think, but lately she's been doing oils. I know of 2 that she's going to have in the show.
That's
they're
neat.
They're really neat.
Good.
Yeah.
What else do we have coming?
Billy Fowler, and he kind of does. I'm probably saying this wrong, but he probably does like cartoon art. That's his little specialty. And Tippy Kleinman, she's a watercolor artist also. Yeah, and there's others. I'm just drawing a blank.
Blanking out.
Mona
yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah, Mona Lisa.
I think she has some flower type
Right.
paintings
Uh-huh.
going in the show. That's what it looked like from the titles that she had listed. And
So what's so creative about working at Cheap Joe's? What makes it feel that way?
They're just all that stuff is laying around.
yeah, the books and DVDs and the publications that we have, like the palette magazines, and when I'm fixing to send one off to a customer, I can't help but open and tweak a little bit, yeah, before I put it in a box and send it off. Yeah, so there's a lot of exposure to it.
Are there classes or painting sessions or anything like that with the employees?
We have about once a month. We have an employee art class, and sometimes some of the people there at Cheap Joe's teach them, and sometimes we have visiting artists, and they'll do a demonstration for us, and usually it's about a particular product or an artist tool, but different things, just so we kind of get an understanding of what we're selling. And
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you just can't help yourself.
Right. Yeah.
So, do you find yourself like painting a lot? I mean, is this something you do every day of your life, or is it something you just do every little bit?
I go in spurts.
Uh-huh.
And I'll sometimes paint, every day for a week or two. And then the inspiration might kind of leave me for a little while. It really helps, to have the materials so readily available, that, we get a little bit of a discount. Sometimes, it's stuff that is going to be thrown away that I can experiment with. And so that helps,
That's neat.
to, if you get an idea, it's okay to go with it. And
That's cool.
I'm part of a committee that tests out products that we might carry in the future.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, so, they kind of hand out, this and try this. We have to report back and fill out a form to say how this product performed compared to what we already carry. And then, we bring it back and maybe someone else tries it out too. And so that's another opportunity.
That's a really neat thing.
Where I've used some materials I would not normally choose, or because I don't own them already, or it's just a different medium than I'm accustomed to. So it kind of stretches my imagination a little bit to play with some new products.
Now, I've been around the Cheap Joe's offices and warehouses and so forth, and I've never found this room I've always envisioned should be there. There should be a paint break room. Instead of a coffee break room, there should be a paint break room. Is there such a thing?
No, but we've talked about it.
We have, yes.
I think it might happen one day.
I think it just makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
Where the varied ones of you, when you get a moment and you need to take a break from the phones or the whatever it is you do, go in there and have a little moment, you know, of doing something creative, you know. So I think it'd be more refreshing than a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, now we've got your work going up literally the day after we're taping this. We're going to be hanging with nails and hammers and the whole routine. The show will officially open on Friday, and it'll be up for the entire month of September. And we're going to have an opening reception. Are you guys going to be present?
Yes.
Great. Now, well, have you said about 10 of your staff are going to be having exhibits, work exhibited?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to see a bunch of them coming to the reception. So you'll have an opportunity to meet these artists, to learn more about them, to see the work they do, and to find out what it's like to work at Cheap Joe's. Because if you are an artist, I know you're sitting around going, well, I wonder what it'd be like to work at a place like that. So now, does it really work? I mean, truly, does it feel like work?
Yeah, it still feels like work.
Yeah, there's, back in the warehouse, there's a lot of heavy lifting and
somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, and there, you got to make sure you get it right and you get it out the door to the customer as quickly as possible. Yeah. So our days are pretty hectic, and we go, nonstop. And
it's busy. It's very busy. There's always something going on.
Well, your business now, I remember when Joe started it all, it was such a small-scale operation. And now you're international.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, as a matter of fact, I understand that most of your customers are not here in this community. They're somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And so you're talking to people all over the world, literally.
Right.
And shipping things. You pack things up and send them out. So
yeah.
So you're sending things out to people everywhere. Where are some of the places that you recall seeing?
Australia.
Get lots of orders to Australia.
Really?
Europe, Japan.
Yeah.
We had one this morning for Croatia. It's just, it's all over.
That's cool. Now, do you have people on staff that speak multiple languages?
No. No.
Sounds like a UN.
They order online.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Cheap Joe's is such a big part of our community, and I know that I've said this to Joseph and Joe and some of the others, but I want to say it to you guys too. Thank you so much for the support that you offer the Arts Council, because it has meant the world to us, literally. I call Joseph and Joe my fairy godfathers sometimes. So, now,
They are very supportive of the arts.
they are, and they're wonderful people. So we're really grateful to have them in our community, and grateful to have all of you working in our community all the time. Now, neither one of you grew up here. So you
No.
both came here. Did
That's
you
right.
come here because of Cheap Joe's?
No.
No,
Okay.
but I was pleasantly surprised to find a company like Cheap Joe's
Okay.
here. It was, and it took me a while to get a job there.
So it was a goal.
It was a goal. I worked at the Humane Society for full time for a few years, and kept going back to Cheap Joe's, applying, hoping they'd have an opening when I was ready to switch careers, and it all happened, and it was really wonderful. It's been wonderful.
So you're there for good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been there 4.5 years now.
That's
and
great.
so-
We hope so.
Now, how long have you been there, Webb?
I've been there 2 years, and my wife and I have lived in the area for 15 years. We moved here after our daughter was born, and we wanted to live in a small town and raise her. So we really like being in the Boone area.
It's a great place to
yeah.
raise a child. It
Sure.
surely is. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I can't wait to see your work and get a chance to see what you do on your, with your creative juices that you get at Cheap Joe's. It'll be a wonderful exhibit. I'm really looking forward to it. I encourage you to come by. Our gallery is located at 783 West King Street. That probably doesn't mean that much to you, but it probably means something to tell you that it's next to Palucci's, between Murphy's and Mellow Mushroom. So there's a big parking lot in front of us. You can park there as long as you're coming inside. So come inside and enjoy a wonderful, wonderful exhibit. We've got a great gallery that's now open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And with a little more time and a few more volunteers, we'll have it open more days of the week. So we encourage you to come be part of it in whatever way you can, whether it's enjoying the art, purchasing something, or maybe you'd like to volunteer. So become a part of the Arts Council, become a part of the arts in our community. It's a wonderful place to be. Check our website, watauga-arts.org, for some information about this and so much more.
Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.